What's up, everybody? It's your old friend Oxtail coming back to you again for another reaction. We're reviewing today Gravity Falls, The Legend of the Gobblewonker. This was an amazing episode, everyone. I loved it to death. It reminds me of just that old tale of just kind of like Jaws. I grew up on Jaws. It kind of reminds me of just a fight of man versus beast kind of scenario. Very classic. It kind of reminded me of that. So I love that kind of stuff, and just the storytelling in this one was absolutely amazing. So let's get started. Now I do apologize right up front. There are going to be a couple pictures. They're going to be a little bit smaller than full screen. I couldn't find full screen versions of it that were really good, so I apologize in advance if there are a few that are a little bit smaller than normal. All right, so let's get started. So we got the Legend of the Gobblewonker. So we have our two kids, our wonderful Dipper and Mabel. They're at the table having a game. They're drinking syrup, which is, well, they're trying to find out which syrup reaches them faster. So Mabel kind of cheats and wins. So that was kind of funny. So their Grunkle Stan comes in and says, "Hey, we haven't spent time together." And Dipper and Mabel were like, "What is it gonna be like the last time?" And they ended up flashback to a scene where they're writing on dollar bills, or basically doing counterfeit bills, and Grunkle Stan's like, "That doesn't look like Benjamin Franklin, that looks like a woman." So it was pretty amazing that sounds like their Grunkle Stan is definitely getting them to do stuff that he probably shouldn't do. So he basically tells them that who wants to get him a car blindfolded, and they both go yay, and Dipper's like, "Wait a minute," and I thought that was pretty amazing. So we get to the thing, and Grunkle Stan just wants to take them fishing. So they basically pan over the mighty lake that they have, and this old guy starts coming out and starts yelling that there's something wrong, there's something going on. He starts, not really, this is Disney, so it's going to be family friendly. He starts spouting off these nonsense words and slaps down the sandwich, and just like, "The Gobblewonker destroyed my boat." It's So he basically comes out, and he takes them over to his boat and shows them that it has been damaged. And his son happens to be the actual park owner of this area, and he doesn't believe him, and the cops don't believe him, so no one really believes him. He's just all like, Cobblepot or something like that. I can't remember exactly what he said. Some nonsense word. It was pretty funny. So next one. So basically, the kids are their whole goal during this episode is to get a picture. So Tipper's like, at the very beginning, he's like, "I want to take a picture. We didn't have pictures of the gnomes, so let's get a picture of something else." Mabel's like, "Yeah, we could win," and Dipper's like, "We can win some money." And what's funny is that they showed this hamster-sized ball, and Mabel's like, "I'm a human-sized ball," and she's like, "I'm human-sized." She's can fit in the ball, obviously. And I'm like, yeah, you are, Mabel. So they're gonna try to get a picture, but they're told that this Gobblewonker is over on this Scuttlebutt island, and so they're like, "Well, we're being told, we're not being told, we're being kind of pulled in to have Grunkle Stan take us around in this rickety boat." But Snooze comes up in his bigger boat, which is a lot nicer. And the kids now have a dilemma. They have a choice between their Grunkle Stan and Snooze. And Snooze is like, "I could get you over there." And I have to say, I like Snooze. He's just that kind of laid back guy that you can just rely on at any moment. But he's kind of like that. I don't know how to describe it. He's just that guy. He's just kind of like, "I love this guy. He's just so cool." Cool dude, speaks for it right there. So, all right. So the kids make their decision, and they decide to go with Snooze, of course. So I thought that was pretty funny that they kind of leave their Grunkle Stan in kind of the wind. So they make it over to the island, and Mabel kind of senses that Dipper's a little bit scared. So she starts poking his nose, like, "Poke, poke, 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 poke." And he's like, "I'm not scared." But he's brought all these cameras with him, so he's prepared. He's looking to get into, get a picture of this monster. He at right off the bat had being the operative word, about 15 cameras, and these are the disposable kinds. And they, each of the two characters, News and Mabel, start doing different things. Start like chunking them, start breaking them, start just doing random things with it, and it's fairly amusing. So he's like, "Don't break more cameras." So they get to the island. Mabel's kind of picking on them. We get to see a little bit of news comedy in Butt Island. Nice news. Good on you. I thought that was kind of amusing. And so while this is going on, Grunkle Stan's kind of lonely. He's like, man, he's actually wanted to spend time with his grandkids. So he's like, he basically goes over to this couple who's proposing. What the man is proposing to the woman, and he goes in around her up some, gives them the worst joke I've ever heard in my entire life, and they basically sell away. He's like, what? And that was just like, come on, Stan, you can do better than that. But he tries this a couple times. He does this throughout the series, throughout the episodes, I should say. And he gets to this one boat, and he's like, this kid's talking to him. Well, he's talking to this kid, and he's like, "You're not my uncle," or something along those lines. And the parents are like, "Why are you talking to our son? We're gonna call the cops." And he's just like, "Nope, hold on, nope, it's gonna happen. I'm gonna take off." So he just books it. So so the group back to the group comes back to the island. They're still on the island. Zeus crafts himself a little wooden stake, and they spot something in the distance that they think is the monster. So Dipper's getting all excited. He's like, "Yeah, I finally get to see the monster." So they basically start charging after it, ready to take on the monster. But it doesn't happen to be a monster. It happens to be a little boat that's crashed with the most adorable beavers I've ever seen in my entire life. So when I saw this, I was like, really? It's so adorable. And I thought this particular screen cap was very appropriate for them, because they say that deserves a hug. So these guys are very adorable. I can't talk today. So Dipper's like, man, that's a bummer. I wanted to actually capture it. So he's like, he hears something, he turns around, and he's starting to get ready for it. But, kind of the trope, as it were, something comes up behind him, and it happens to be the monster that they're looking for, the Gobblewonker. So the Gobblewonker roars, they start running. Dipper's trying to take a picture, but he drops a couple cameras throughout that, loses more cameras. They get back on the boat, they take off. The Gobblewonker is just barreling down at them. It is chasing them. It chases them throughout the whole lake. It is doing damage to the boat as they try to get around it. And throughout this, the boat accidentally hits our beaver friends. And the beavers don't, nothing happens bad to the beavers. But I thought that was kind of amusing, where they're like, we're still beavers. And they're all little dancing. They run into the beaver little boat thing, and they're basically being kind of, taken on. So Dipper's like, they kind of push the beavers off. They still going through the lake. Dipper sees a waterfall. He's like, there's a hole behind it. And he looks in his book first. He looks in his book first. Sees something. He's like, there's a hole in there. And they're like freaking out. They're like, are you sure? And he's like, I think so. And they go, and they're going into it, and they go right through the hole. Well, the Gobblewonker gets in, and he gets himself stuck. So the Dipper's like, oh man, we finally caught him. So he pulls out one of his last disposable camera that he just happened to have, that he put underneath his hat. He starts snapping pictures. Well, what happens is, since the Gobblewonker caused some, vibrations in the thing, a piece of rock falls down on it and nails it, and you hear the staticking, and it sounds like this thing is not actually a monster. It might be a robot. So Dipper climbs on top of it. He kind of taps on it and he hears that it is a metal sound. He's like, hey guys, I found something. And he finds this little hatch. Now, inside happens to be our old friend from before. And he's trying to get revenge on his son that completely ignores him. And he's done this several times with different devices. He's like, I will get revenges on this person. I created this. And then I wanted to do, because this guy did this. And I created this for that. And he's all insane. And and the kids start realizing they're doing the same thing to their Uncle Stan. That he's been kind of left alone, and they kind of ignored him. They kind of start feeling bad. Dipper's like, you know what we should do, and Mabel's like, yeah, I agree. She's kind of like they are in the same wavelength with this. So they go back to the Uncle Stan. They say, hey, you still want to do some stuff? And he's like, he kind of plays it off real cool. Shows them this ankle bracelet that he got from the cops, and now they take this wonderful family photo afterwards, and that's pretty much the end of the episode. There was a couple of these little snapshots, but what was nice at the very end, it kind of like gives you a little bit of a eerie ending, is that Dipper drops one last camera into the water, and as it's going down, there's a scene of this little tail going across the bottom. Something else is in the water. Well, like I said, I really liked this episode. It was really, really funny. I laughed a lot with it. It was really cool. I like this series a lot. So I'm going to be doing this. I appreciate everyone's patience. This is going to come in conjunction with my Chibi and my Ruby stuff. So I'm going to release it as I can. You know, like I said, my schedule is always kind of crazy busy. I work 40 hours. I'm exhausted after after that. So if you guys would like to see more of this, all I need is support. That's all I need. So I've been getting the love and support. So I forgot to do this at the beginning. Love and support. Thank you so much to all my new subscribers. You are all amazing individuals. Thank you so much for being a part of my channel. The love and support I do get is amazing, so I'm not knocking it. It is amazing to get everybody that says something, comments, whatever it is. Thank you so much. So like I said, this is going to be my format for this, so I'm going to get this taken care of, and then I'm going to be doing other things as they come along. As soon as I get through some of the Gravity Falls, then I get to another series. Because the thing about, like I said before, unfortunately, no matter how I break it up, no matter if I shrink it, no matter if I cut it, no matter what I do, I still got denied. I actually just got a email from Disney, and they're like, no, like, come on, just let it go through. There's other reactors that you've not knocked down. Why am I getting nailed? So it is what it is, kind of scenario. So I just do what I can. So this is going to be the format for those particular videos that are not friendly to the bot, that get denied like that. So I'm going to keep trying. That's all I can do at this stage. Keep trying. Release them, and if I can't, put them on my Google Drive, so that way you guys can enjoy my craziness, enjoy my reaction. So my reaction's already been done. I did that on this weekend when I had some time off. So enjoy the reaction. I'm just coming on today just to do a review, and enjoy your Ruby Chibi today. So that will be coming out in a little bit. So enjoy that. And with that, thank you so much, everyone. Peace out.